Hi guys, good morning. This is the date and this is the system we're on. And this is the ALCI SSD. So you know what I do. I have this desktop, there's a bay, and in the bay I can pull out an SSD and push in another SSD. So I can easily switch between 22 or more SSDs and also switch between Windows and Linux. The story here is ALCI, it needs an update. Why? Because things change all the time. When you type update, it's an alias and you put behind it whatever you like. If it's an alias, so it can be anything. It's like upall, it can be using paru, it can be using yay, bin, pikaur. There are lots of AOR helpers. You can change that, and a simple way to do that is in the Control H and make yourself bash RC personal. So something that's from you. This gets overwritten, this will never be overwritten, and you change whatever content you want in those aliases. So the bash RC is also part of ALCI, but that's of course not, it's just got sidetracked basically. So computer file system, what did change in all these updates is user share Archiso. So we make copies of all the different Archisos, and this is number 55. sudo pacman -s Archiso. Let's reinstall it to show you that what's inside this thing is 55. So open folder as root. Then, so this is something you can do without I mean you don't have to wait for me to do this. It's entirely up to you to make future changes maybe. So this one is the next one. Agreed? If you type this one, select that one and that one, right mouse click, and you do a compare, a melt thing, everything should be the same. So this out, then we only have the new and the modified, and these things, yeah, it's the way it works, but it's exactly the same thing, trust me. Otherwise it would be something blue, I know, but because of these dangling symbols, it isn't. All right, so this is exactly the same thing. Okay, deal. This thing we're gonna play around is this thing. I'm gonna, well, it's a workflow thing. I'm gonna put it here, so I'll delete it later. Then super F5 melt again. I'm gonna compare directories. Which one? The one from Relang. So if you go read the Archiso, I think it was GitLab. Well, anyway, some Git address online, then you know that the Relang folder is actually the one used for the Archiso. Sorry, the ArcoLinux ISO. Okay, so this is the thing. This is the thing. This is what they use to build Archiso, ArcoLinux ISO. Then our ALCI, I always start with the dev development. The dev means, well, development, but basically it gives us something. It does not end us in a black screen. It gives us XFCE or Mate. It depends what Lego blocks you put in the packages list there. So Archiso is exactly the same thing, the same folders, well, and files. So this one goes here, and then we go for a compare. That's the deal always. New Archiso, let's have a look. What did they change and so on. But I'm not interested in what's the same. I'm interested in what's different. So resolve com fine. Grub is because we want to have our own name, I think, or what was the reason again? But we have put in a grub to have some control over, well, basically grub. And then pacman, the GNU, the gpg.conf, depends where you live, but we need servers with ports. So 80 is gonna be HTTP, it's gonna be the website port. So yeah, normally your internet service provider is not blocking that one, so you can get in your keys. We provide already one of the best mirror lists. in the sense that these guys will be working first. So the worldwide servers, and then of course later on you just use Reflector or any other way to get about the fastest servers near you. These are all things we've done in the past, so you can have a look at the articles on alci.online and why that's in there, to have a nice beautiful terminal, that's all. And so this is new. So from here ArcoLinux says, look, we're gonna rename some things, name en and ether, fine. So that's a whatever, you name it whatever you like, that's so cool with us. And we copy paste, because ALCI, the intention of ALCI is very clear. It's ArcoLinux, it's 100% ArcoLinux, and the only thing we want is avoid all the black screens and use Calamares to install ArcoLinux. That's the only goal. There's nothing more to that. So it ends there. And this is what we have as code. So I'm gonna leave it like this. ArcoLinux chaotic. So it really shows that if you don't want these two lines, and that's why the other two exists. If you want a pure Arch, then these two lines don't need to be there at all, right? So that's the difference between these three ISOs. Just compare, you know, the drill, melt, and then you see what's the difference. So we're using Network Manager, so because of that there are some lines here, and we want to boot up graphically, not in a black screen like ArcoLinux. And this is just pointing to the file. Well, actually the other way around, this is pointing to this file. And then some files management things, group things, gshadow, fine, all good. Pacman conf, we need to change some things. We're at version 6. And we can add parallel downloads to it. So let's have a look at our code on the computer itself. etc pacman.conf. Have I added the parallel things in there? That's taking too long. Oh yeah, what's he doing? Open with this, my friend. What am I doing? Is this the parallel thing? Alright, he's definitely doing something. Let's open this with something else then. Don't really have something else but this. Yeah, I copy pasted already the code, but it's not used. So Control C, I can get that in. So back to here. I guess it's gonna be here. Parallel downloads. It's in, right? So it's the choice is the version 6 that we can use, and we have changed that. Password shadow. This is things to check, and here there are some name changes. So what they've done is give it other names, and there's something new. The RAM Linux thing is new there. So for me, I don't think I have to change anything, because this project ALCI is keeping as strictly as possible to the fact that it still needs to be an Arch thing. So delete here and delete here. But of course, if names changes, you need to make the reference and change the reference. So 01. Okay, save. And here as well, there is some reference to the copy. I did add cow space, I see on here. So if I would do this, then I should add cow space here. Yep, like this, cow space. And here as well, the only difference is the cow space. Okay. So we'll have some memory when we boot up. This is not important. It's the right one is the only one that needs to be saved. Whatever. That's not important. I'll delete it. PV was something to do with copy RAM. I just read the text and already forgot. So it has to do with a new RAM thing that I have. And there's the virtual box guest utils Nox that's in there. And this is what we need. This is the rest, our choices, the Lego box, all the pieces on the internet, on ArcoLinux and also on AUR, and also coming from Calamares, GitHub. That's what we need to boot up and to have a system and so on. But no drivers are installed. As you see, it's entirely up to you to add more things. So it's just a hashtag away, and then you have more elements. And we do install XFCE4, XFCE4 goodies, NeoFetch is there, so we put into something nice, into something graphical, right? Okay, are we there yet? And yes, that is a movie. Are we there yet? So again, we have the possibility to change here the parallel downloads. I don't think it's still, nope, it's gone in my copy paste, but we can get it again. Why do I do that? Because it matters. Capital letters and all that. It's important that it's exactly correct. So we have here the I love candy, I see, but I did not use the parallel downloads. Okay, cool. So let's do that as well, just on my own system. So open folder as root. That's something you have to do. There are videos about it, but let's quickly include it. So this system is also using parallel things, parallel downloads, compare. So the right one is given by ArcoLinux, and this is the blah blah that needs to go. This is also some blah blah, and this is the color. So we like color. The check space verbose package list for I love candy will be deleted. So color, yes, we like that. No progress bar. Let's do it line by line. That's better. Voila, check space. Yeah, sure. Okay, so you delete this. Verbose package list, yes or no. Let's keep it a yes. And then this is the new one. Control C. And let's keep our little Pac-Man. I love candy. And then save. And that's it. I have now a new way of doing this. So that's now in parallel. That can go. What else? Yeah. This is here. It's on my other screen. So this is what I could do, but the only thing I want to have is this. So the ALCI is this. Parallel downloads, let's take 5. No color, no total download. This is does not exist anymore. This can't be used. So their own relang should be updated. You get an error if you use that. So soon the update will come that this has to be no progress bar, and this will go. Check space verbose package lists, active or not active. It's all about choices. You choose. I'll stick to ArcoLinux as close as possible. So the I love candy written like this can be used, capital letters. I'm not gonna put it in here, but this is basically what I want, right? Control C. Why am I Control C'ing? Save, because there was another pacman.conf. This is one that's used for building, but there is one that's on the system, and I don't see it now. Here it is. So this thing, just to be sure, Control V, things have changed. Okay, save. And then we're at the bottom, profile dev. Let's have a look. These are our own files that we need and use. So yeah, it's gonna stay there. And pacman.conf. So that's the correct pacman.conf. The one in Archiso needs to be updated by the Archiso maintainer. I think I'm there. What I always do, again, because humans are fallible, refresh and go over it again. So resolve, default grub, pacman is there, mirror list is there, rules, auto login for SDDM, nice terminal there. GWill to get in 4444. These are things for networking. Pacman init service is there. Network. Having something graphical and having SDDM to boot up. Pacman init. So, yep, cool. And these are all settings, standard settings, group, password stuff. Pacman more. Voila, we've missed something. We go to ALCI. We're working in the dev. etc. These two guys. Let's compare these two guys. So total download is not used anymore, and the text can go, and the parallel download should be here, and for the rest it's exactly the same. Okay, fine. So this is a kind of backup. I could have called it backup, pacman backup or something, just to be sure. We got two of them. Okay, so don't need to be there. I can do a refresh. So the pacman more is now okay. Where was I? Clouds. I was here. Display manager. Looking at this. Pacman more. Passwords, shadows. Two things to check. What's this? Okay. Good that I checked. So we forgot these guys. Copy to the right and copy to the right. And of course, if you change these things, we should check this as well. This cow space thing, that's the only difference, and that's okay. So we just fixed EFI. This, what I'm looking at now, is bias. Yep, only the cow space difference. Okay, fine. Okay, whew. So these things, you see, you have to check your work again and again and again. I often take, well, 4 or 5 goes and that, or trials, and that's because we have so many ISOs, and because we compare these ISOs, we find differences. Oh, I forgot this thing. Oh, I forgot that thing, or a comma, or a space, or a tab. You know. Yeah, that's often the reason why we're losing hours. A space. I think I'm there. Everything is done. Okay. So it's test time, right? So this one can go. Poof, you're gone. The Sublime text, that can go as well. And then we have the time of our life. Then we have a look, maybe first, or we can do both. So first, let's build it. Installation scripts, yep, that's the one, and then go for number 40. 40 is using the version, the packages on your cache. I'm gonna change this as well, like in the other GitHubs I have. Vim, no. Why would I ever use Vim? I'm gonna use Sublime Texts. Open. Thank you very much. This is a nice look. So the thing is, I've built in a script that says, hey guys, you're using, well, the script has been built for 54 and you're using 55, so stop. If not the same, then stop. That's basically what the script does. And I'm gonna get rid of that so it can keep on working, but you see the message. So the exit 1 is stopping the script. Okay, done. No stopping the script. So what happens now, it just keeps going, but it will say here, hey, there's a difference between the version you're having and okay, we have some issues here, and that's the issue here. These are in conflict. First, let me fix the script here. And so basically to tell people we are using Archiso 55. Save. So because of the change in that script, the red thing up here will be gone. No red thing at all, you see? And then, well, let's fix this one. So it's either this one or that one. What do you want? It's conflicting, so it's giving you the same files, basically. And a build, a Nox, and a nightly build, or one that's well supposed to be stable. So where is that? The packages. Where is the packages? Packages. Okay. Ooh, bad choice. Okay, virtual. So it's either this one or it's that one. So since the Archiso Relang provides us this one, and ALCI tries to be the exact copy of ArcoLinux, this one has to go. Bye bye. Okay. I'm just wondering, should I delete it or should I put a hashtag in front? I'm not gonna put a hashtag in front. It's the same thing. Then the end result is the same, but well, it looks different. And then we see the parallel downloads already a little bit. It's a bit strange, but it's the last line that actually shows how far ahead you are. I believe there are some things. Mirror OSBAC operation is too slow, blah blah blah. So I'm gonna get rid of my nmirror list. OSBAC, you're not doing your job. So bye. Okay, cool. And then there we go again from another server, the second server, second line. And again we get a very slow connection. In the end, Bachman will say, stop. And then little X. Yes, I know I can use scripts to update, but I believe this one will be rock solid. If you're never gonna install packages from Celtic, you don't need to install Celtic keys and Celtic data repos and all that. But this is the development one is how to teach, how to explain how to get things in from Arch, Arco, and a third party, which happens to be Celtic. I think the Xcursor suite is coming from Celtic. Random mirror Celtic. Something wrong with the servers today. Don't assume that it's your mistake. Can be, but don't immediately think that's the reason. So we have an XFCE4 panel compass that's corrupted. Do you want to delete it? So basically the message is start from scratch, and there is a number 30 that really does that. What is in 30? In 30 you get this code, sudo pacman -scc, clean the cache. Yes, you say cache is gone, all the packages are gone. Now we have a clean system, and we have if we use 30, it's going to do exactly again the sudo pacman -s. Good thing I did. Let's quickly change the code there as well. So installation scripts. Otherwise, probably I would have forgotten it. So the required version is 55, and exit 1 needs to go. From now on, the script will just run whatever version you have. So now I have 0 packages. Everything needs to be downloaded. So we better have a good mirror list from Rackspace HTTP. Yeah, it's sometimes, how should I put it? Computers, right? Network, congestion, downtime, bad syncing, bad package, bad server, your own router that's failing, network cable that's loose. It can be so many things, and that's actually quite interesting, teaching students network possibilities in Cisco CCNA 1, 2, and all that. Interesting. We're getting there. All the packages are getting in. Never try to up the number. Parallel downloads 5. What would happen if I type 10, 20, 50? Maybe 745, why not? Xcursor Suite. I thought that was coming from Chaotic Xcursor Suite. But I'm installing anyway. Xcursor Suite. It's orphaned. The poor thing. Let's launch the tweak tool. Let's go to our little shop and say, let's enable Chaotix repo. Let's go again. Update Eric. Get the database in from Chaotic. How else can you know where it is? Yes, Eric. Okay, so it is there. So it means I haven't enabled Chaotic repository, I guess. It is included. So the Chaotic AOR is included in the pacman.com for the one that matters, the one that's used for the installation. That's this one. This one is for later use for people on their own system. So whether you want it or not, it's entirely up to you, but it's also activated here. Now what does it say? Yeah, that's not it. This is it. It has been retrieved. Yeah, the Chaotic servers. Yeah, there's some issues with it, so I guess we need to be patient. I did update my system, so Control C. Yay, Chaotic. IAT was gone. True. There were issues. The Chaotic mirror list. There were issues, and I finally had to build it myself do have the last version, but maybe we need to build one again. It's from the 5th, so May the 1st, and we're 1 month along, so we may need a new Celtic mirror list because the package itself was thrown out of AOR. Rules and things like that, really annoying, so we need to build it ourselves. So while this is doing its work, I'm gonna go over to my system, my other system, and pause the recording here. So thanks to this project, I discovered something, right? And now I have made a new package for Celtic. If you're into Celtic, then I suggest you become part of the Telegram chat group of Celtic, and then you know these things, that the servers change and all that. And then, yeah, we need to make a new package. And so that's now done. So testing time, we got a ALCI, ISO, def out, and so on. How big is it? 1.2 gigs. So it's really small, but it contains XFCE, a full desktop, but no software. Okay, so Super F7 it is, right? Super F7, it's on my other screen. Let's open it up. And then we say optical drive, choose a disk file. Where is going to be ISO def out 6.4, that's the date, 6.4. Then we can have a look. How will it look? We've made our own DWM, so that now we have this new line, copy to RAM. And this is the BIOS look, right? Not the UEFI. UEFI is black and 3-4 lines. And that's it. So this is pretty much pure Arch in the sense that, yeah, you already have XFCE and all that, and something graphical and SDDM, but it's Arch product. And everything that's used here, ALCI is going to be removed, Calamar is going to be removed, and so on. Yeah, Network Manager will stay. It's decisions, always choices. So this is DWM, our own proper version of it, so it won't conflict with the official DWM. That's good to know. And all the rest is super simple. Just click whatever you like as partitioning and all that. Voila, and there we go. Go for it, my friend. And afterwards we'll have an XFCE. But let's pause the video here and let's wait for it. All right, we've got the restart sign. And then of course, since we're in VirtualBox, I need to go to boot existing OS, otherwise I'll boot again. ArcoLinux, advanced options for ArcoLinux, and you boot up. Thanks to Calamar, so we have a fast installation, and it's still pure Arch. Well, choices, right? Could have been LightGM as well, SDDM. And this is your standard XFCE. There's one thing I've done. Let's add NeoFetch Y to make a screenshot and then end the video. So guys, we've got ArcoLinux, and yeah, all the rest is still for you. What to choose for browser, editor, GIMP, Inkscape, VLC, or something else, and so on, right? It's still very much bare and not even sound. So it's still a lot of work, but it's basically an ArcoLinux installation. Cheers.